Welcome to the spine-tingling world of our unholy tales, where fear takes its darkest form and every shadow holds a chilling secret. We are your guides through the twisted and nightmarish tales that will keep you on the edge of your seat, clutching your pillow for dear life. Get ready to embark on a journey into the abyss of your deepest fears as we explore the realms of the supernatural, the macabre, and the unknown. In a remote, forgotten corner of New England, a sprawling, abandoned psychiatric hospital loomed like a malevolent spectre. For years, the decaying structure had haunted the small town of Harrowsville, and whispers of its dark history had sent shivers down the spines of the locals. It was here that a young married couple, Sarah and David, decided to embark on an audacious venture, transforming the forsaken asylum into a grand historical hotel. The couple, driven by a shared love of architecture and history, had been captivated by the imposing building's Gothic charm. With unwavering determination, they set about restoring the crumbling institution, preserving its dark, mysterious allure while erasing the painful memories it held. Months of labor and considerable investment saw the once derelict asylum transformed into the Harrowsville Hotel. Each room was meticulously designed with a nod to the hospital's original architecture, and the grand opening was eagerly anticipated by the town's residents. On the fateful evening of the hotel's first guest, a solo traveler named Samuel arrived. He was an unassuming man, quiet and withdrawn, his face often hidden beneath the brim of his hat. Sarah and David welcomed him with warm smiles, relieved that their dream had finally become a reality. They assigned Samuel to room 237, a spacious suite that had once been the office of the asylum's head physician. Despite the inviting decor, Samuel's demeanor was cold and detached. He barely spoke a word to the innkeepers, retreating to his room shortly after check-in. As the night deepened and the moon hung low in the sky, an eerie hush fell over the hotel. Samuel's room was shrouded in darkness, with only the div glow of the antique street lamps filtering through the curtains. Strangely, though, there was no sign of him leaving his room. Sarah, her curiosity piqued, decided to check on Samuel. She knocked gently on the door of room 237, but there was no response. Concerned, she used her key to unlock the door and slowly pushed it open. Inside, the room was like a scene from a twisted nightmare. The walls were adorned with disturbing drawings, and an overpowering scent of decay permeated the air. Samuel sat in the center of the room, surrounded by an unnerving collection of antique surgical instruments, rusted and grotesque. Turning to face Sarah, Samuel's eyes were no longer those of a quiet, unassuming guest. They were void of any emotion, filled with a malevolence that sent shivers down Sarah's spine. "What have you done?" Samuel whispered, a cruel smile twisting his lips. Terrified, Sarah fled the room and found David, who was equally unnerved. Together they called the local authorities to investigate Samuel and his disturbing room. When the police arrived, they searched room 237, but Samuel had vanished without a trace. The drawings and surgical instruments, however, remained as a grim testament to his disturbing presence. As the investigation continued, it was revealed that Samuel had once been an inmate at the asylum, wrongly committed for a crime he did not commit. He had suffered unimaginable horrors within its walls, and his madness had festered over the years. With Samuel still on the loose, the once triumphant Harrowsville Hotel became a chilling reminder of the asylum's dark past. Sarah and David's dream had turned into a nightmare, a place where the sins of the past had come back to haunt them, and the horrors of the psychiatric hospital were far from forgotten. In the days that followed Samuel's eerie disappearance, the town of Harrowsville was gripped by a growing sense of dread. The once promising Harrowsville Hotel had transformed into a place of infamy, its dark past reawakened by Samuel's malevolent return. Whispers of the asylum's original atrocities resurfaced as the residents of Harrowsville shared stories of the patients who had suffered there. Some believed that the very essence of the asylum had cursed the hotel, while others speculated that Samuel's vengeful spirit was exacting retribution. Sarah and David, plagued by guilt and fear, began researching the asylum's history more extensively. They uncovered tales of unethical medical experiments, inhumane treatment, and a long-forgotten scandal involving the head physician who had a penchant for macabre surgical procedures. One chilling legend in particular sent shivers down their spines. It spoke of a forbidden underground chamber where the most sinister experiments were conducted, a chamber that was said to be hidden somewhere beneath the hotel. Driven by an obsession to understand the source of the malevolent presence, Sarah and David decided to explore the hotel further. They descended into the dark, forgotten tunnels beneath the building, their lanterns flickering as they navigated the labyrinthine passages. As they delved deeper into the bowels of the hotel, they discovered an eerie cold chamber. In its center lay an ancient surgical table covered in restraints and rusted instruments. On the walls, crude etchings told a gruesome tale of suffering and pain. Suddenly, they heard a ghostly whisper emanating from the darkness. "You've unleashed it. Now, you will pay." Turning around, they were met with the chilling sight of Samuel's malevolent spirit. He glared at them, his form wraith-like and filled with a vindictive rage. "What are you?" David stammered. "I am a vessel of vengeance," Samuel hissed. "The suffering of the past must be avenged." With an unholy howl, Samuel lunged at them, and they barely managed to escape the chamber and seal it shut. Realizing that they had indeed awakened something dark and malevolent within the depths of the hotel, Sarah and David decided that it was time to confront the ghosts of the asylum's past. With the help of a local paranormal expert, they conducted a séance, hoping to lay the tormented spirits to rest. During the séance, they made contact with the spirits of former patients who revealed the horrific treatment they had endured at the hands of the asylum's staff. They also learned that Samuel's vengeful spirit had become a conduit for the suffering and rage of the forgotten souls. In a harrowing climax, Sarah and David managed to appease the restless spirits by acknowledging the atrocities of the past and promising to preserve the building as a memorial to those who had suffered. Samuel's spirit, finally at peace, dissipated into the ether, and the hotel's cursed presence began to wane. The Harrowsville Hotel was forever transformed, no longer haunted by the malevolence of the asylum, but serving as a solemn reminder of the past. Sarah and David, though forever changed by their ordeal, took solace in their role as caretakers of history, vowing to ensure that the dark secrets of the asylum would never be forgotten, and that the tormented souls that once inhabited it could finally rest in peace.